Good day, grade 12 learners. Welcome back to the second learning episode of Introduction to Philosophy of the Human Person. Lesson 2 is the beginning of doing philosophy. We are focusing on MELP 1.2, which is to realize the value of doing philosophy and obtain a broad perspective on life. So after going through this module, you are expected to differentiate analytic from a speculative approach in philosophy, formulate logical reason and profound opinions, and recognize the value of a healthy argumentation. So try to complete while pondering the statements below. I believe that this world is blank because blank. The second, the blank kind of life is the best kind of life. And the third one, the most important thing man must have is blank. So from the given statements, let's answer the questions. Can these statements be considered philosophies? Can philosophy help you clarify and define these statements? How? So another analytic questions. What is real? Are we able to perceive and understand reality and everything in it? How do we know what we know? Are the things that we know true? Okay, I want you to ponder on those questions. What are some of the major questions that philosophers ponder upon? Like what we did, we start asking questions. So by those questions, are we able to perceive and understand reality? When we talked about reality, this refers to the state of existence of things independent of human consciousness. So the physical things that we see, feel, taste, and smell, as well as the things that we cannot easily perceive and comprehend. This refers to reality. There are two categories of this. We have the concrete and the abstract. So if we're going to refer it to the branch of philosophy, we have the metaphysics and the ontology. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy which addresses questions regarding reality, and ontology focuses on the classification of existing things. So our lesson focuses also on the difference between analytical and speculative approach. So what is this analytical approach? This is based on the idea that philosophical problems can be solved through an analysis of their terms and pure systematic logic. So just like what we studied yesterday, one of the nature of philosophy is to give your analytic approach or a logical analysis. Second, analytical philosophy deals also with the truth of language and the power of words and its meaning. There are steps to consider in doing analytical approach. First, to know the facts. So we won't focus only to the context of the language and the grammar, but also to the information of the words conveyed. For example, the ball is always round. When it pertains to grammar or language, there's nothing wrong with the sentence because it's grammatically correct. But if we are going to refer to the analytical approach, we may say that the sentence is not always right because not all the balls are always round. So to know the facts, you have to ask a question, which ball are you referring to? The second one is to examine and criticize our beliefs. So we just need to take away all our biases when we look into something, like a certain belief. For example, talking about Muslims. To some people, they have a lot of prejudices already in their minds about Muslims. They may refer to them as being terrorists, Abu Sayyaf, or maybe haters of Christians. So, if we are doing analytical approach here, we have to take away all those biases in our intellectual mind. Now, let us also note that there is a difference between making an opinion and doing an analytical approach, because in opinion, we are stating our own beliefs and our own opinion on something. But when we talked about analytical approach, we try to focus on the factual information. The second one is the speculative approach in philosophy. So C.D. Broad defined it as an aim to reach some general conclusions as to the nature of the universe and as to our position and prospects in it. Or you may say it's an attempt to obstruct a certain explanation in order to arrive at a certain truth of the nature of reality. So once you're equipped with these approaches in philosophizing, you can now engage to a healthy argumentation. So how do we do this healthy argumentation? Let's have to consider your mind, your heart, and your hands. Yes, because in a healthy argumentation, you have to think things over and over. So it is a feeling or urge to know more. So you have to think and know more and to say more. Next one is feel. Feel the presence of a healthy argumentation. How do you do that? You have to listen to others' opinion, so you have the feeling of what context do they want to convey to you. For you to understand better, you have to feel and listen. Next one is to walk the talk. Your behavior is essential to what you're about to say. So some people are difficult to convince because you act differently from what you say. So thinking and sharing are co-equal in importance with the idea of doing what you philosophize. So remember, think, feel, and do. So our activity for this lesson is answering also activity 1. Fill in the table below in page 9. So which comes first, the egg or the chicken? Then you're just going to explain there both why chicken or egg and write your insights on your activity paper. So prove why you believe the chicken comes first before the egg, or the egg comes first before the chicken. Now for the next activity, you are asked to write a reflection about your own philosophy in life. Write your journal in a piece of paper in not less than 500 words. So that's in page 11 of your weekly home learning guide. And the last one is your post-test, page 11. So quotes of the day, Agere sequitur es. So it means action follows being. So your essences will feel through your actions, and your actions must be anchored with your thoughts. I'll see you all in our next learning video. Thank you for watching.